Last Sunday of July, I promised you we were going to look at fruit. Let's get in here and make it happen. The 1511. If you watched episode 16 and a half last week, you know fruit is gone. Quit growing. Something that I monitored for 6 days and finally said, yeah, it's definitely not growing anymore, and cut it out. We did all that last week. Have pollinated a new one right here. This is 2 days old right now. So we'll see if it takes or not. And try again. That's about all we can do at this point. I still believe I got some disease issues here. The collar's way off on all this new growth. Growing tips are standing straight up in there, getting real bushy. That one over there on the end. And we talked about this last week. Now, I thought this was sunburn, but this isn't sunburn. Today is the first day that this patch has gotten sun in days, and all these new leaves are growing and looking just like this. So I'll continue to monitor it. This is 3 days of growth right here. I was getting about 1 foot to 14 inches every day. This is where we were 3 days ago, and you can see I've barely gained any ground at all. I thought it was slowing down growth to start putting pounds in the fruit, but the fruit wasn't even growing. So, don't know what's going on. The split's doing okay. I still have the split in there. It does really well when things are dry. I am watering out here with drip again. Thank goodness. But I have cut off the first few rows of drip to keep water off the crown area, and I've done that to every plant that I'm growing. The 2144 and a half Baron still hasn't given me fruit to stay. I am 3 definite aborts in, and pretty sure 2 additional to that. Look at those here real quick. This is the secondary. 12 days old today. I haven't seen much action on it in a couple of days. I'm calling it. And then this was the same day pollination here on the main, also 12 days old. Not much action. I can't tell. Cut this fan off. I can't really tell if there's any action on this or not, but still at 12 days, I'm not crazy about what I'm seeing here. But this one I'm going to keep watching. In addition to that, I got one pollinated in there. It was a 3-lober on the secondary. Right there. Probably going to cut it off. This one right here was a 4 or 5 lobe. I can't remember. I have to look at my notes here. I've got so many on here. There's a 4 and pollinated with the 2469 forward. So far, okay. I do like on this one where it's not pineapple shaped or football shaped. It looks like it might be more round than anything else. So I'll keep watching on it. And it was pollinated on the 20th, so it's 4 days old today. I also have a selection of more 4-day-olds. There's one right there. Actually, I think that one's 5. Oh, actually, yeah. So I like this one too. Again, it's more round than what the other ones have been doing, but it had this on it right from the get-go. I put some Daconil on there. It's dry right now, but I feel like that's going to make that one go away. And I've got several over here. They're in the 3 to 5 day range. I tell you, I've pollinated so much on here. I wrote down every single pollination, and still can't come out here and figure out what's what. There's one right there I'm going to cut off. It's not looking good. It's like, this was the day before the Kentucky growers came here, so it would have made it a July 17th pollination, so 7 days old today, but it's not looking great. And then there's another one that I really liked yesterday, but I don't like it so much today. And this is also 6 days old today. Yeah, I really liked it yesterday, but now it's looking, I don't know. I just don't like it. But that's not going to matter. If it takes and it grows, that's all I want. That's all I care about. I have terminated every single vine on this that's not carrying a fruit on the growing tip. You see a few tips here got fruits on them. I'm going to pollinate these all the way through next Sunday. And then that's it. This big beautiful plant won't give me a fruit and running out of time. Alright, the 2449 Wolf. And I had to cut the blossom off of this. Found a little spot on it I didn't like, and I got it just in time because it's rolling over on its blossom. So I put this fan in there and got it all nice and dry. And I think it's going to be okay. That's what the scale says today. It's 32 days old today. Yeah, that's not much for a 32-day-old fruit, but this is all the plant has got. And the plant is still growing, and I'm getting the vine stretched on out there. I think it's going to be okay. I just don't know what to expect out of it weight-wise. A little bit of tiny bit of weeding going on. I'm not going crazy about, oh my God, I got to weed, I got to weed, I got to weed. I'm just getting clean in front of the plant and getting the stirrup hoe and cleaning it out, getting these vines somewhere clean to grow. And another reason that I haven't taken all this down, because I figured if I take all this down, I'm just going to have to do it again before the plant gets to it. So I'm leaving it. And you can see I'm working his little pile here. I'm working ahead of the vine and giving it a little bit of room to grow. Again, 32 days old, 269 pounds. It's actually not 269, it's probably more like 259. I zeroed the scale with everything on it except for the yellow fan and the brick. And the brick weighs 8 pounds, and I think that weighed right around 2 pounds. So we're right about 259, 32 days old. And then 2618 Mindy, and I just had this little small house put over top of this to keep it dry when we were expecting some rain. I'm going to upgrade it to one like that here real soon. And get this fan cut off so you can hear me. Alright, this thing is tipping my bottle over every day, so that's a nice plus. Looks like it's trying to lift it up a little bit now, and I reset it this morning, about 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm happy about that. I got a nasty split on the vine coming into the fruit. It was there right from the get-go, and I think I have it under control right now, but something to keep an eye on. This was not measured on day 20. On day 22 it was 87 pounds, I want to say, estimated, and it is 26 days. It'll be 30 days here towards the end of the week. And I'm still struggling with the main on this plant. I'm still chasing this problem all the way up the main, and I don't really know if I'm going to be able to catch it or not. Come on, fan. But I'm still trying. I got my split down there that we've already looked at before, and then cut it off and split it a little bit more, and now I'm scraping and cutting some of that off. I have been working in here to get some of these rogue vines out of here to the degree that I'm not causing any harm. So you see there's some popped up here, and these things are coming up like every day. So I'm getting down in there, clipping them as low as I can without crawling down in there, damaging vines that are rooted in and being beneficial. I really want to zero tall this plant. You can see down in here, this is where I'm fighting vine problems. I'm scraping vine, I got fans on vine, lots of alcohol treatments. I know I got disease in this plant. I really want to zero tall it. I don't want to zero tall it at day 30. I want to get 20 more days of growth out of this girl right here before I zero tall it. But if it's going to have to be done before then I'll do it. 2469 Ford. And believe it or not, this might be, after all the bad mouthing I did this plant earlier in the season, this might be the one. Get out of there, bud. Get it out. Alright, big long fruit. Growing pretty good. I've noticed growth on it every day, which is a good sign based on how things have been going this year. Estimated 85 pounds on day 20, which was just a couple days ago. I've had to move a chair back every day almost, keep it from growing in the chair. $85 pounds at day 20 is not anything to scream and shout about. I think last year I didn't have any day 20 fruits that were less than 100 pounds. But as we already know, this plant didn't have much to work with, but now it's starting to fill in really nicely. And I'm doing the same thing here, weeding a little bit in front of it and getting these vines pinned down, letting them put some roots in the ground. So I think we're going to be okay here. This might be the top grow in the patch after all that dirty talk I gave this plant early in the season.
Well, I am glad to say I'm finally back to watering. Made a trip down creek today, got a couple thousand gallons of water, got all my storage filled up, and back to watering every day. So at the beginning of this season, based on everything I learned about my grow last year and how I did last year, 2026 jacket gall, no problem. I thought it was going to be, this is the year it was going to happen. Virginia's first ever GPC grower's jacket. Lost the 1511 fruit at 25 days old, 26 days old is when I cut it off. Got the 2144 bearing. It just doesn't want to give me a fruit. So not giving up, but some really special things got to happen over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks. 2449 wolf over there, growing on a third of the plant that we started with, chasing disease problems on the Mindy, and the Ford over there, which is, I'm happy with how it's going right now, and that plant's finally starting to do some work, so maybe that's going to be the one. So not going to give up, going to keep trying, so keep coming back and seeing how it goes, and I'll see you next time.